Our tale of the tape for this highly anticipated welterweight fight. The veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buff.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Jeremy Lil Heathen Steven. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Beneil Dariush.
You ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
All right, this round just about to get underway. Beneil Dariush's career largely has been spent residing in this lightweight division's top 10. You know about the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game, right? He essentially mastered that sport, so to speak, in 5 years before transitioning to mixed martial arts. And he's come close to mastering this sport as well. Certainly has rounded out the striking. He has a great kicking game and a great jab, all of it hardened and improved under the watchful eye of Rafael Cordeiro at King's MMA. Steven's looking really good on the feet here early, and physically he looks to be in the best shape of his life. He has a renewed focus on conditioning, and that has led to a lot of good results of late for Lil Heathen. Oh, damaging knee to the head! And he connects with the punch there. All right, early action here. Every round begins on the feet, and a nice shot by the boxer there to get that uppercut home.
Just knowing that that's a strike that can be effective in this particular matchup. He went to it early, it was successful. Look for him to go to it again. Now some separation from his clinch position.
So 1 minute into this fight, and as many people expected, the action absolutely crazy, back and forth. This is a full-on brawl.
It's hard to watch a fight like this and call a fight like this because you never know when somebody's gonna take that one shot that finishes the fight.
Dariush is now dealing with a cheek cut. That patented single. Well, how's that for executing the game plan? He told us he needed to get the early takedown, and he produces right out of the chute.
He got it done, man. Takedowns were the emphasis in camp, and he got it done. He has to be happy that it worked to perfection.
Now inside the closed guard.
And he's gonna try to find ways to pass and move to a submission. Side control.
Dariush is now looking for a Darce choke. Oh, that Darce choke is tight. Oh, he escapes!
He got out. I mean, wow, that is great submission defense. He needs to shove the knees, get his opponent's knee off of his belly so he can get to his feet.
All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Oh, great reversal to top position by Dariush. Postures up. Oh, and he lands a brutal strike to the head.
Another one. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position. Changing the position.
Well, that was a high-level extended battle on the ground. Now, though, the athletes back to their feet, and no surprise, the crowd responds.
The crowd just loves whenever they get two high-level strikers going at it. It was very hard to get back up after getting taken down. But he's got there now. Let's see if he can take advantage of it.
Oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there. Oh, nice block.
Oh, nice double leg, yes. Oh, he passes the half guard. Oh, he's got the choke. That's in pretty deep.
Oh, favoring position over submission.
Very smart decision. You never want to value the submission over keeping dominant position.
Dariush has got the full mount. All right, so he's got the ground and pound game going here. All right, half guard position for him here, and I can hear Dominic Cruz in the back of my head just screaming about underhooks somewhere.
Yeah, he loved, I mean, but he's right? He's so right in terms of if you're on your back in the half guard, one thing you can't be is flat on your back. You need to be up on an elbow.
Right.
You need to be half on the side, and you need to control the far side underhook. It is a battle for underhook when you're fighting in the half guard position on the mat.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position.
There it is. Now he's going to mount.
30 seconds now to go in the opening round. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Dariush. Oh, staying busy from top position. He lands another ground strike there.
Armbar attempt. It's tight. Oh, he's getting submitted.
Oh, he's out.
He actually escaped. Look, I gotta stop writing these dudes obituaries, man. I always think they're done. Surprise me.
All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up. All right, so back to the stools we go. They say defense wins championships, and he has not defended well tonight.
He isn't trying, or at least it doesn't seem like he's trying. He has got to move his head. He's trying to react when the punch is already coming, and that's not working. If he takes many more of these shots, this fight is going to be stopped due to the swelling.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two.
Oh.
Nice hook there by Stevens. Oh, and he found the target again. Swing and a miss by Dariush. Trying to establish that jab once again.
Big shot to the head. Oh, nice takedown.
Well, you got to think frustration is starting to set in on the other side as he lands another takedown, and he knew he was going to get a lot of this offensive wrestling. As yet, he's been unable to stop.
He has not been able to stop it, and it's a different wrestling. It's a Damian Maia type of wrestling where they get close to you, they hook their feet, they drag you to the mat knowing that once you're on the ground, now you're really in trouble because the takedown is only a part of the danger. The true danger is grappling with such a great submission.
Dariush is trying to lock up on a submission now. Oh, compromising spot here. Triangle choke is locked in. Oh, looked pretty tight, but he gives up on the submission.
Oh, into the mouth.
Stevens is in half guard. All right, side control now. Dariush's eye is closing up now. Not good for him.
Big ground and pound. Great shot from the top position.
Oh, and another punch on the ground gets through. May need some defense here.
Good jab.
Oh, there's the head kick. It's blocked. Just over 3 minutes to go. All right, what do you think? Another takedown attempt here. It seems like every time he's gone to the well, it's been there tonight.
When you're that successful with any one thing, why would you change it? He's gonna shoot for another takedown, and I would almost be willing to bet he's gonna secure it.
I'll take your action.
Okay.
Well, the left hook has been there at times, not that time. Stevens' eye starting to swell now.
Beautiful body kick.
And we have passed the midpoint of the fight.
Oh, that right hand barely missed there.
Double leg takedown attempt here, and that one is true. Nice job there to enter and ultimately plant his opponent on.
He's got that arm triangle. Watch him pass to the opposite side. It looks real tight. He'll drop his weight to try to finish his technique.
Oh, he's out! Stevens gets back up here. Well, a really good second round for him thus far. After a somewhat lackluster first round, he has found the rhythm and found his striking range. Scary proposition for the opponent now here in round two. Dariush is taking aim at that cut right now, and they might even have to call in a ringside position. Smart decision by the fighter to continue to attack that compromised area.
Big double leg, double change. He passes to half guard.
Nicely done. Dariush is going for an arm here. Looks pretty tight, DC.
It's getting tight right now, John. Oh, now he's in trouble.
With a this fighter here tonight, called his shot, gets the win by way of submission. That after party's gonna be on fire.
He got to his position. He found the submission, and he squeezed and got it done. It was amazing to watch, and it was amazing to be a part of the broadcast for such an amazing performance.
The venerable Bruce Buffer has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 38 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out, Beneil, Dariush.
All right, so what a performance by this young man here tonight as he gets the win by way of submission. He certainly put a lot of stock into getting the finish tonight, and he did just that. Congratulations.
It was a very tough fight, but he knew that if he did everything right, he can get to his position, which is the ground, and he would be able to find a finish by submission tonight. He did just that.
All right, without further delay, let's get you tonight's tale of the tape. All right, now to get us started with the introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Natalia DaSilva! And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Katlyn Blood Fighter
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
All right, so will Katlyn realize another flyweight title shot? That remains to be seen as this round gets underway, but a win tonight obviously would be of great use. She has prioritized a finish. The overwhelming majority of her UFC wins have come by way of decision, and if Chookagian can find the power shot tonight and get an opponent on this level out of there, aren't going to be too many fights between her and another shot at the great Valentina Shevchenko. All right, now she touches her with the left hand. Nicely done.
Lands a nice leg kick.
All right, well, the kickboxer didn't like that hook very much. She's going to try to create some distance, but the boxer doing a good job getting inside and being heard from with those hands early on.
Well, she has to create distance, but that also allows for that lunging hook. Think back to Rose Namajunas and Joanna Jędrzejczyk. That jumping hook can also be effective, so she's got to be careful when you're fighting someone that possesses that punch, but possesses it in multiple different ways. Good kick.
Oh, strong series of kicks by her there. It's almost like she throws her feet as if they're 2 more hands.
I mean, that is crazy. Use every weapon available, and she is using her kicks as her main weapon. Fast jab lands it.
Back and forth we go. So the newly minted Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt Katlyn Chookagian showing off that footwork in the jab here early.
Yeah, you know, she is a grappler, and she has developed in that skill. But what makes Katlyn Chookagian special is her ability to move around the octagon effortlessly and fight behind that beautiful jab. She is a high-level boxer, and it has shown throughout her UFC career.
26 total strikes have now landed for blonde fighter Katlyn Chookagian. Well, Katlyn Chookagian's boxing looks pretty sharp here tonight. You got to think Mark Henry, Ricardo Almeida like what they're seeing out of Katlyn here in this one. Midway through round 1. She's going back to that patented straight right hand, unable to connect. Oh, nice display of technique by her there. Nice straight. Silva going for the leg kick. Nothing doing there. She missed with that jab.
Oh, high kick.
Effective punch there by Chookagian. Just over 2 minutes to go. Good sequence of kicks there by Silva. Straight punch.
What a great job getting that kick to the target.
Man, it's hard to remember her kicking game being on this level in the past.
She made it a focus during training camp, and tonight you see the results of all the time spent kicking during training camp.
Oh, she lands the side kick, DC. Beautiful technique there.
She really is good at managing space with that technique. I think about Michelle Waterson, who also does it a lot in her fights.
Lands the kick to the body there. Both fighters exchange in the pocket here. Oh, nice hook by Chukagi. Well, she better not be too dismissive of this calf kick because I see some visible bruising now.
Well, the first one doesn't bother you, but then before you know it, all of a sudden you can barely walk. She needs to start checking right now.
45 seconds remain in the round. Oh, nice jab by Silva. Glancing right hand lands upstairs.
More strikes to the head.
"20 seconds left.
Game of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was good night if that landed.
Round 2 is next.
Excellent work. I told you she couldn't keep up with you. Your pace is way too crazy for her, okay? You just gotta keep it up. You can do it.
All right, let us now get you some highlights. Man, her body kicks were on point in that previous round.
She got to do exactly what she wanted. She said to us on Thursday in the fighter meeting, I am going to kick her in the body until her hands start to drop, then I'm going to go over the top. First phase of her plan is complete. Can she find the head kick to end the night?
You ready? You ready?
Second round underway. All right, here we go with our next round. Free headaches if you want them. How about all the volume of strikes landed to the head by her in the previous round?
Oh man, she's landing at an alarming rate, over and over, dropping that right hand behind a beautiful jab. If her opponent does not get her head moving, we may be approaching the end of the fight.
Nice jab there by Katlyn Chukagi. Footwork on point, and she has found a home for that lead left all night.
She is about as pure a boxer as we have in the UFC. The way that she moves around the octagon shows that she has spent a lot of time in the squared circle. But it starts with the jab, and the jab comes off of that great footwork possessed by Katlyn Chukagi. Nice looping punch.
All right, so she told us in the fighter meeting that body shots were going to be key, and they certainly have been. She invested early, and now you're starting to see some damage on the other side.
Yeah, she's doing a great job of following the game plan. She spoke to us in the fighter meeting about going to the body, about investing, not worrying about seeing the outcome right away. And it's starting to show now as this fight gets long.
All right, so a pretty good series of kicks by her there as she continues to really land at will tonight.
I mean, there is no tell to when she is going to throw that kick. And before her opponent can react, the leg is already back and loaded up again.
Silva's forehead is bleeding now. Cut just opened up.
Oh, nice.
Chukagi going for the head kick here, but she misses. Telegraph that strike. Just over 3 minutes to go in round 2. Well, not just a high output fight to this point, but a high accuracy fight as well. Both fighters have absorbed a lot of damage thus far.
These two women have both fought so valiantly. They have really laid it out on the line tonight, and it's made for a very fun fight.
Well, she has certainly picked up the pace here in round 2 and starting to find herself in the pocket a little bit. She was a little bit hesitant in round 1. No hesitancy whatsoever here in round 2. She has clearly found her rhythm and range. Chookagian's nose is bleeding now. Looks to be cut, perhaps there on the bridge. Oh, nice investment with the kick to the body. Well, she's not slowing down. She has already landed a ton of significant strikes, and you got to think her coaches are going to be absolutely thrilled with this effort tonight.
They're going to be fired up. They have to be so excited to watch everything that they saw in the gym during training camp come together and be put on display inside the octagon.
All right, so just as we saw in the previous round, she is realizing a lot of success with her kickboxing game tonight, and you can see the confidence growing with every strike landed.
It's overwhelming for her opponent to be in there with her when she's in this flow state. She's so good at everything she's doing that now the activity is starting to pick up. If she can continue to fight in this way, I wouldn't be surprised if this fight gets finished. Beautiful leg kick. The issue with that kick, as effective as it is, one gets checked, you have the Anderson Silva situation.
All right, so her calf now starting to show some real signs of bruising, DC.
And that only works because her lead leg is her opponent's lead leg. It's the split stance. It's two conventional fighters, so that kick is available to her. Great job blocking that shot. Nice punch to the head.
Well, it is not the worst cut we've ever seen in the UFC, but a lot of blood donation happening right here, right now, as her opponent continues to target that area.
Yeah, I mean, you have a fighter in front of you who is so disciplined, who is so sharp. You have got to get on your bicycle, you got to get on the outside, limit the damage, get between rounds, and then try to reset, because right now, this cut is only getting worse.
Silva's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. Trying to hammer that lead leg. 20 seconds left.
On point with that jab today.
10 seconds to go in the round. Silva's nose is cut now, and she's starting to lose some blood in that area. And the horn sounds on round 2. All right, so there's the end of the round. Big story in this one now. The cut on the bridge of that nose from that strike. The cut man is in there. Should be able to shut this one and potentially prevent it from being a factor here moving forward. Well, no surprise to see her opponent continue to attack that cut on the bridge of her nose.
Nasty cut on the bridge of her nose. She wasn't moving her head, and she is now paying for it. Her opponent now will be even more aggressive in her approach to try and advance the damage to her nose that she's already dealing with.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third and final round. All right, so next round getting underway here, and if you look at these two women, you may think it's the start of the fight. Absolutely impressive where their cardio is at here as we hit this next round, and you wonder what it's going to take to tire these women out. At least if the first couple rounds are any indication, they look like they could go 25 hard minutes with ease.
Wow.
Well, we could be looking at an epic comeback here. She rocked her significantly, but wasn't able to finish the fight, and now her opponent maybe creeps back in.
Her opponent will now try to find a way to work her way back into this fight. It will be on her to once again land one of those brutal punches to try to knock her out.
Oh, back to the feet.
Big right hand.
Oh, my goodness.
Trying to kick the leg out. Well, her body has really absorbed a lot of shots in this fight, and now you're starting to see some of that redness, the visible damage. You got to make an adjustment, I would think.
She's got to make an adjustment. I mean, she has to do something different. Right now, she is a step behind her opponent. Every time her opponent gives her a feint, she overreacts, and then bang, here comes the body attack. She's got to take the lead if she wants to stay in this fight.
Oh, she ate another calf kick there. I'm not even sure she has the ability to check at this point.
She doesn't even have the ability. She's lost. Right now, she has been thoroughly confused by how her opponent is landing this kick over and over again. Unbelievable.
Really finding the kicking range now. Another one lands there. Oh, big left hook there.
Oh, nice.
Just over 3 minutes to go in our third and final round. Oh, she just continues to land a high volume of strikes here, really just like she did in the previous round, and she does not seem to be slowing down at all. And there it is again. Every time she thinks about engaging offensively, it seems like she eats another thigh kick.
She eats another kick. I mean, her opponent has figured it out. Has figured out the weakness in her game, and she's taking full advantage of it.
Well, not sure if there's an injury or something, but here we are late in this fight, and she absolutely needs a finish or she's not going to win this fight.
Well, she needs a finish. She's taking a beating. I mean, she's fatigued. She's exhausted. She sees a fighter that has gotten the best of her. I can understand the frustration when she has to throw all that out the window and go and try to chase a finish.
Silva's able to land the strike right there and continuing to make things difficult for the opposition. The nose is already damaged, and that strike ain't going to help matters. Well, how urgent is this fighter down the stretch? She is really lighting her up now. She found her range in the middle of this fight, and she is making up for lost time. Under 2 minutes now to go in our third round. Oh, beautiful straight right hand. Well, she's leaking a lot of blood now. That cut is getting worse with every strike land.
And the blood is flying. Her confidence is growing. She will continue to try and target that cut until someone has to come in here, ringside position, and stop the fight.
90 seconds to go in the fight. Side kick. Well, the bruising on her calf is really getting bad now, DC. Certainly she can lean on the physical toughness, but I'm not sure she's going to be able to stand up much longer.
She's got to try to get the takedown, John. She's got to get off of her feet. She can barely stand. She's not able to move. She's got to get close, get to a clinch, try to drag this fight to the floor.
Under a minute now to go in the fight. Oh, man, are these shorts mic'd up? Did you hear that inside leg kick?
No, that is just the force that she is throwing her entire body into that inside leg kick.
Chookagian's nose is just donating blood by the second here. I'm not so sure that nose isn't broken, DC. Straight right is there. Blonde fighter getting worked to the body now by that elbow. So nice job changing levels with the striking there. Oh, back to the well with that elbow. That one landed well. In full guard now, DC, and I know when you're in this position, you're looking to pass the half guard pretty quick.
Oh, absolutely. Trying to get the half guard so I can start to get off ground and pound. This is exactly what she needs to do. Not only does it get you to a position to get off ground and pound, it also takes a lot of the danger away from your opponent off of their back.
Well, the fight goes the distance, and ladies and gentlemen, that is how you end a fight. All right, Bruce Buffer has the official decision. Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the contest 28-28. This contest is considered a unanimous draw.
All right, a competitive matchup, and it played out as such as these 2 women fight to a draw. Perhaps they run it back, but both should be satisfied with their output here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. In moments, right? There were times where they fought really well. There were times where they didn't fight as well. So they should feel good about the moments that they did what they were supposed to do. Good fight tonight, even fight, and we kind of expected that it would be this close.
Our tail of the tape for this middleweight fight. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Nickal! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Anthony Hernandez!
Ready to fight? Ready. Good.
All right, here we go, round one, and a lot of Bo Nickal's fights have been quick, so don't get up and grab anything from the refrigerator. This man is a submission machine. We have also seen his power on full display in the UFC. Three-time NCAA Division I national champion wrestler, and it's got to be hard for this guy, right? You get to the UFC.
Man, he has a great double leg. My goodness, he has a great double leg.
Fluffy's in half guard now. Pretty productive with the strikes here off his back. Excellent ground and pound here by Hernandez. Making all these shots count.
Now he's got a good body position, yup.
Postures up and lands a brutal strike to the head. And there it is, another strike on the ground, gets through. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Oh, he's got his back.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way down on his opponent's neck to try to choke him out and finish his fight.
Oh, and transitions right into side control. Nickal's right back to the full mount.
Nice transition.
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Fluffy's in half guard.
Oh, right into mount.
Man, how fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound?
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up in the ground and pound. This guy is a throwback fighter and he's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud.
Yep, gotta be very careful there.
All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side underhook. This is a great position for a top fighter. Oh, he's stuck in the guillotine.
Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth, and the submission defense wins this transition.
Oh, great submission defense.
Oh, now he's going to find himself in a little more danger. Now he's going full mount.
Setting up for another submission now. Ooh, looks like it might be locked in.
Once he gets you going, he's got so many ways to finish arm bars.
Oh, what's he doing? Now he goes belly down.
He turns down to try to get all of his weight on that arm. Gonna have to tap.
How do you get out of harm's way here?
I mean, you got to shove that knee, John.
Hernandez is in half guard. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Fluffy's back in half guard, very comfortable here.
Getting the mount here. Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Well, he's on his back, but he's moving his head on the ground pretty well defensively. All right, so he gets the takedown late in the round here, DC. We'll see what he can do with it.
Timed it perfect. This will leave an impression in the judge's mind. And as his opponent, you need to get back to your feet right away, because you can also sway the judges by getting back up to your feet and maybe exploding with one last flurry.
All right, relax, relax. Deep breaths for me, okay? Let's refocus. We lost that round on the ground just because you're not staying active. You're spending too much time.
All right, so there is the horn. That means the round is over. We nearly had a finish due to a submission, but I think you got to give credit to both the offense and the defense there.
Yeah, you got to give credit to both guys, but nothing's more beautiful than an extended grappling exchange like we just witnessed. One guy almost submitted, one guy escaping. It's one of the most exciting things you can watch in all of mixed martial arts.
Ready.
All right, round two. So with that, our next round is underway. It looked like maybe we wouldn't get here. There was a close attempt on a submission in the previous round, but the fighter lives to fight another round.
It was very, very close. If it's me and I'm his coach, I'm telling him, get right back to it. This time, he will not be able to survive.
And a nice job to stick with it there to complete the takedown. Nickals in half guard.
Not being just defensive, but offensive off of his back. Great punch lands.
Nickals back in half guard. He's very comfortable here.
There it is. Now he's running him out.
Hernandez gets up. He is back on the feet. Looked like he was in a submissive state on the ground, but he worked hard there to get back to the feet. A little single collar tie there. And now leather being thrown on both sides. Oh, well done to block the elbow there. Good defense.
Nice double leg feed.
Good entry there to take the fight to the grappling realm. Now we'll see what he can do from here, champ.
This is exactly where he wants to be. Look for him to try to use ground and pound to open up submission opportunities. You better protect your neck when you're fighting this guy, because he's got the guillotine locked in. But if he great submission defense on full display by the opponent.
As his opponent postures up, he opens it. All right, feet on the hips here. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez going to work here from guard and doing a pretty good job, I might add.
He passed the half guard. Oh, right into mount. That was a slick transition.
Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat?
Protect your face. Hands up.
Well, defense doesn't necessarily win championships in MMA, but he's doing a nice job blocking.
Oh, nice headlock.
Oh, that guillotine is officially tight.
He's up. What's submission defense on display?
If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move. You got to shrimp. You got to get off of the hips to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
Ground and pound strike there now. Man, another one lands. He's trying to pound his opponent's head through the canvas. All right, so he lands again, just like we saw in the last round, realizing a lot of success with his Muay Thai game tonight.
You know, why change it? It's working, and it's working from the very start of the fight. The moment this fight started, you saw the advantage that we predicted was there. He started to take advantage of it early, and now he's continuing to build on that. This kickboxer looks amazing tonight.
Oh, outstanding combination of ground and pound punches here by Hernandez.
Gotta be careful here.
All right, has the guard closed here.
He passes to half.
And busy as he looks to improve position here. Nickals back in half guard. All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs, and if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really, really put some damage on them.
All right, so a grueling battle on the ground, and no surprise, the crowd pops in appreciation as the fighters work their way back to the feet.
This is an educated crowd, J.A. They appreciate high-level grappling. That's exactly what they got in that exchange. Hands going from the clinch. He lands a nasty shot from there.
Well, his corner was pretty urgent after round one. A little bit lackluster there in that opening round. He has certainly picked up the pace here, and as a result, he has taken control of this second round. Oh, he gets the takedown late in the round here. That's a way to leave an impression on the judges, and big picture, I think, could set him up for future success in the next round. All right, that's the end of round number 2.
Great job last round. The striking is unbelievable. You're mixing it up perfectly. I love what you're doing with your kicks. Keep those going. He's slowing down.
All right, let us now look back at some of the highlights from that round, and there just aren't that many guys on this roster that can keep up this offensive wrestling pace over 15 or 25 minutes.
But he's one of those guys.
You ready
He
to fight?
is one of those guys
Ready.
that's able to continuously take you down, even if you get up over and over. He has this ability to maintain that pace and pressure that he can wear his opponents down. That's why you see him get so many finishes as the fights progress.
Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight. Uppercut attempt does not get to the target. Nice job defensively there by Nickal. Again, they clinch. All right, so now we start to see some...
He's going guillotine. He's really working hard for this guillotine, but he can't blow out his arms. He's got to make sure it's secure if he's going to go 100% to try to get this finish.
Oh, he got out! All right, so he can't get it here. Again, good awareness by the defensive fighter. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. Beautiful ground and pound, and that would cut it.
Outstanding pressure from top position here by Hernandez. Oh, huge pop from the crowd as the fighters get back up to their feet. I mean, you and I love a good grappling match, but these fighters came to see knockouts.
Yes, the fans came to see them knock each other out, and that's what they're going to get. All the grappling was beautiful to watch, Sean, but ultimately, it is the striking that people show up for.
Well, this is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with their strikes in this fight.
Yeah, both guys have been affected. Both guys have been beat up. It's a very competitive fight. Let's see who has the heart to carry them through these very tough moments.
All right, we'll see if he postures up and can get some of his ground strikes going here. All right, seems as though his sole focus is attacking that cut, and man, it's getting bad now. A lot of blood flowing.
Yeah, as it should be. Right? He should be focused on getting to that cut, making his opponent pay. He did the work. He opened up the cut. Now it's on him to continue on the path and make the ringside position, come in here and try to stop this fight. Oh my goodness, that Dariush choke is very tight.
Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
Nickal's looking for a Dariush choke here. That Dariush choke is tight. Deep, but he got out.
That was beautiful submission defense by this guy.
And now he reverses position. Wow. Side control now. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Hernandez. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Anthony Hernandez is in half guard now.
Now he's going full mount. Great defense by the defensive fighters. Oh, nice. He's got to find a way back to his feet.
Wow, so somehow, some way in this final round, back to the feet.
It's like he's playing the lottery, John. He got to his feet now. Does his numbers hit? He has got to hit every button to try to get a finish.
Lands a strike there. All right, very late in the fight now, DC. I know we don't have open scoring, but correct me if I'm wrong, he needs to submit.
Great timing on that double leg.
All right, 45 seconds now to go in the round. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
All right, north-south position now. We'll see how he chooses to proceed. All right, dominant position for him here, full mount.
And look at him attacking the arm triangle on the other side. He's gonna lock him down, try to pass all the way across his body. Once he gets across, he will start to drop his chest to the mat and chase the finish.
Oh, somehow he gets out. Fantastic submission, D. All right, working on the ground here. His opponent's feet on the hips. We'll see how the judges saw it. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27. For the winner by unanimous decision, Anthony Hernandez!
All right, so the kickboxer gets it done by decision, and candidly, his words in our fighter meeting proving prophetic here tonight. I'm gonna stick, I'm gonna move, I'm gonna sprawl, I'm gonna outpoint the wrestler, and that he did.
I mean, he looked tremendous. I've never seen him look better.
Yeah.
He was out there bouncing, moving. He was fresh. He was very aware of everything that was happening, and that allowed for him to cruise to this decision victory.
Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. To get us started, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, the former UFC heavyweight champion of the world, and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Daniel Cormier. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Alexander King Romanov.
Ready? Ready? Good.
Well, when you fight a guy like Daniel Cormier, our UFC light heavyweight champion, you got to be mindful of the wrestling, also a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and sneaky power, too. So you can't sleep on the power of Daniel Cormier. We are very curious to see how DC approaches this particular challenge tonight. Takedown defense holds up. Oh, hip toss to get him down.
Side control, he's pretty safe there.
Cormier's back inside control here.
Big ground and pound. And there you go, again, half guard.
Well, he's more than content to work off of his back, DC, where he has been a magician in his UFC career.
Great job not only reversing the position, but getting to your dominant position.
All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys' guard. And you can't have one arm in, one arm out. Guys will start throwing up legs, chasing triangles. Oh, right to the mount.
Nice positional control here. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Romanov. Cormier out of the half guard here. We'll see if he can work for a dominant position. Pretty good ground and pound by him here. He told us on Thursday he needed to be more effective in these situations. Certainly effective tonight.
Many people have gone away from this style of fighting. This man has embraced it, and you are seeing why he's one of the best that we've seen do it in a long time.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Oh, so how about that position over submission as he bails on the sub?
I think that's a great job. You gotta make sure you don't end up in a worse position because you're trying to score a submission.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by DC. Oh, how about that? Strong reversal on the ground. And there it is, another strike gets through on the ground.
So he needs to mix it up. He needs to start kicking more.
Oh, and so now he lands another combination, so it's never just one shot. There's always 2 or 3 coming behind.
A lot of times people throw singular strikes. Not this gentleman. This man is stringing 4, 5, 6 in a row. What a great job.
Cormier's in half guard.
Great defense by this fighter. Getting them out here.
Working out of the half guard here.
Wow, he actually reversed the position, but he didn't stop there. He took a strong top position himself.
Well, he's got his back now. Oh, how about that transition to top position? Beautiful work by Cormier.
Now he switches stances.
Nice job to get inside and get the single collar tie. Throwing that jab now again, the fighter evades. Swing and a miss with that punch by Romanov. And there's the single. Oh man, I'm starting to feel bad for the canvas as he lands another takedown there.
He landed another takedown, and he's doing it over and over again. What I am a massive fan of is his cardio, the ability to be able to keep this pace over and over as he hits these takedown attempts.
Ground and pound, the hammer Mark Coleman would be proud. Another ground and pound strike lands. Nice job by him to still be a threat off of his back.
This is a terrible position.
Posture's up now. Oh, it delivers. Huge punch to the head there. Cormier's in half guard. Oh, nice combination of strikes here from the top, standing over his opponent, not unlike Muhammad Ali over Sonny Liston.
Oh, that is a good reference. If you're standing and your opponent's on the ground, you're doing really good work.
Oh, crowd just loving it as the fighters, after an extended grappling battle, make their way back to the feet.
Yeah, they're back on their feet. They spend a lot of energy on the ground, though. These guys were going back and forth on the ground, and ultimately, he's gotten back to his feet to give himself an opportunity.
Sounds for the end of round 1.
All right. That round was definitely not yours. We need this next round. Okay, you need to get back up. He's taking you down way too much.
All right, so there's the horn. Let us now look back at some of the action in that round, DC, and he had his takedown game going early and often.
Yeah, he had it going great. I mean, he did a great job of finding his entries, rushing to his finishes before his opponent could react and defend him. He should be very proud of the work he did over the course of that last round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, second round underway. Well, he certainly had his way with his opponent in that previous round, and with this guy, even when you know what's coming, sometimes it's still just hard to stop.
Yes, because he's always changing it up. The first time, it may be a high crotch entry. The second time, you may get single. Third time, it may be double. Ultimately, it always leads to him in the top position, trying to find space for his ground and pound.
Nice entry there as he gets another takedown, and I know his opponent has confidence in his ability to get back up, but I got an idea. How about don't get taken down in the first place?
How about defend yourself? Over and over, you're getting taken down. You're losing the fight. You've got to change something. And for the offensive wrestler, just continue down the path. It's working. Oh, he got to the spot.
Oh, postures up and now goes with the big strike to the body. Well done there by Romanov. All right, close guard now. You gotta be careful though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. Cormier's in half guard.
There it is. Now he's going to mount. You can't take all those unanswered strikes. They don't have to be that damaging.
Yeah.
You just gotta move. Look at that. Recognize he was about to lose position. Yes, smart adjustment. Yep.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get it in very deep. Great job maintaining position there. You never want to lose position to chase a submission.
All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position. And you see this fighter today loves it, too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler. He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
We might get a stoppage here. What a fight! So what a moment in this man's career. A huge finish in front of a capacity crowd. After party's gonna be on fire. How about it?
I mean, I'm just sitting here stunned because to watch a young athlete have a performance like this was really amazing. The finishing instincts, his ability to close the show, it was next level. It was amazing, John.
All right, we now go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 18 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Daniel D.C. Cormier.
All right, well, you know he's got wrestling, you know he's got submissions, but he's also got power. Don't sleep on it. Daniel Cormier, your winner by TKO.
You know, just pressure. A lot of pressure led to the TKO finish for Daniel Cormier. Congratulations on the massive performance, champ. I love you.